Hello and welcome to I've Seen Everything, where the name is ironic and the reactions are... Thank you, Doctor, for one last time. It's a little bit of a sad and exciting occasion, folks. This is the final episode of this season of Doctor Who, the new Season 1. Our first season with the 15th Doctor, Ncuti Gatwa, his new companion, Millie Gibson. We are getting another new companion next season, in addition to Millie Gibson. Very excited for that, but we're not talking about that right now. What we're talking about is the end of this season, and we're talking about Episode 8, The Empire of Death. It's been a long way to get here, especially for me, at least with the challenge I took on with editing. I started watching this show halfway through the season. I was always going to watch it. I was trying to decide as I was getting this channel started whether I was going to do this show on the channel. At the last minute I decided to, but we were already a number of episodes in. So as of recording this, I just finished editing episode 5, Dot and Bubble, which was the last of my back episodes. That will be coming out before this episode is posted. I will be editing this one and getting it done as quickly as possible. I'm really excited to see what happens after the cliffhanger of last week. A lot of questions asked last week, not a lot of direct answers given. A lot of story last week revolving around Ruby's birth mother. A surprising amount of story surrounding the Doctor's granddaughter, Susan. And this woman, played by Susan Twist, that we kept seeing show up as different characters throughout the entire season. In the 7th episode, The Legend of Ruby Sunday, she played a character named Susan Triad. At the end of the episode, we saw the real villain come out from the shadows and reveal themselves as Suetekh, the one they'd been referring to as the one who waits, or he who waits. Suetekh is apparently a Doctor Who villain from the past. A lot of unanswered questions, and I'm anxious to get the answers. So if you'd be so kind, please go ahead and click the like button, subscribe, hit the bell. You can see when I'm going to be putting out new videos. Going to be doing a lot of fun stuff here after we finish up Doctor Who. Really hope you stick around for it. So without any further ado whatsoever, here we go with Episode 8 from the new Season 1 of Doctor Who, season finale, sadly, Empire of Death. BBC, Disney Plus, one more time. Through the Clouds with the TARDIS. I really wish it had been more than 8 episodes. Doesn't feel long enough. They need to go back to 12 or 13. Doctor Who. Lovely singing voice on me, I know. Empire of Death by Russell T. Davies. She's not really going after him, so I guess he's safe as long as he doesn't walk into her. Or not? Yeah, I think maybe run. Seems like whoever this touches. Yep, there it goes. Wow, that's fairly terrifying.
Hop on, cowboy.
Again, I love Mel in this show.
I bring Suetech's dust.
Oh crap, get out of there. Okay, maybe they stopped that part. Is that Morris? Morris has got machine guns on the front of that thing. Yeah, we got 3 different places. We got to come together. Ruby trying to see her mom again. Why does it skip over her? Or skip over that part?
All the bullets turn to dust, ma'am.
Yeah, get out of there. Don't let Kate go this way. Killed a robot.
This is me signing on with thanks and love. No!
Kate.
Birds will sing again. There will be birds.
Okay, no. Really? That's how we lose Kate?
There's nothing we can do except fight.
I agree, Mel, but yeah, this is too big. There's got to be a way to undo this. You are talking about millions of people dead, at least, with what they're doing here. This is crazy. This is where Doctor Who shows the budget they're getting off of Disney. And Mel and the Doctor are barely staying in front of it.
People are being told to evacuate the city immediately.
I don't think that's going to help. I don't think there's anywhere they can go.
Do you believe in the power of prayer?
I most certainly do.
Tell your maker I will come to storm down his gates of gold.
Mrs. Flood is intense. Who is she, really?
Who are you?
That's what I said, Cherry.
I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. Ends like this.
Yeah, this doesn't stand. You can't have everyone die like... Are they... No, I don't want to say it. Yeah, okay. What I was going to say is, are they going to leave this on a cliffhanger? But we're at the beginning of the episode, so I doubt it. Somehow they're protected down there.
Uncle 17 now.
My mother, why can't we see?
We've got worse problems.
Way worse problems. He just walked into that TARDIS in there. Wasn't that the fake TARDIS? Yeah. That's like the memory TARDIS from Tales of the TARDIS. That's good cross-branding. Okay. Screens don't generally just come out like that, but...
It's a TARDIS, remember? It's made of memories. Ruby, it is feeding off you. Yeah, give it everything you've got, baby.
Yes, I can.
That is a great way to tie the Tales of the TARDIS show into the canon of this universe. I just wish that we could see it outside the UK.
That's it. More.
There you go. He was already inside there once. What happens if they're in there and it fades away?
We meet again, my old friend.
Don't you dare.
I'm gonna have to go back and watch the original story with Suetekh.
The greatest monster I have ever fought. There's two.
Wow, we are really tying back to the past, to classic.
In the England of 1911, Suetekh had been bound, but he rose again, and I defeated him.
I love that they're telling new stories out of the old stories. It's a great idea.
Instead, I found a home. I clung to your infernal machine. I have traveled with you.
So it has something to do with him copying the TARDIS, like he copied for himself when he left 114.
Now I know every beat of the heart of your time machine.
So an evil god of death takes over the TARDIS.
Never yours again. So many secrets. Her name,
Susan.
I still want to see her. I'm hoping.
I burst them all, my angels of death.
Okay, so they all turn into his angels of death.
With both the hearts of the last of the Time Lords, I will stop you, and I will turn back death. And why am I still alive?
Exactly. It's an excellent point.
Killing me is your gift. And believe me, I am an extinction event. So what is stopping you?
That is an excellent question.
What am I missing?
And he may not tell him.
This feeling that you have now, this doubt, have you ever felt so alive?
Says something about the Doctor that he can walk right up on something like that without fear. Oh, almost got him. This is the first time I've seen anything inside the memory TARDIS or the remembered TARDIS.
That ever was, held together by hopes and wishes and love.
Mel's got some stuff in there, I bet.
Wait, does this thing work? Can it fly?
No idea.
We could die, isn't it great? Yeah, they're flying by the seat of their pants right now. A drawer full of sonic screwdrivers.
Mel, what? Tie that lever down, all those switches down. Tie them tight.
Doctor, we're on fire!
I'm sure there's going to be all kinds of references to classic that I don't know in this episode, especially if they're in the memory TARDIS.
That's better.
He always knows exactly how to jerry-rig things. He never seems to be at a loss how to fix the TARDIS. Or rarely, anyway.
Calm down.
But where are they going? That's the question. Apparently this is spread throughout the entire universe.
Like intelligent rope.
What do you mean, like?
Like the goblins.
Intelligent glove.
Oh,
That was the first day we met.
we're bringing them all back.
Man, I am so sorry.
Yeah, this kind of thing can't stand. It's almost you get to a point where something so big happens, you know they have to be able to reverse it. If it had just been Unit that had gone, and like Kate and stuff, then I would believe it maybe.
TARDIS has a perception filter, so it doesn't get noticed because it casts a field around it at 66.7 meters exactly.
73 yards.
How'd you know that?
She remembers. Oh, we're going to tie 73 yards in?
I don't know, I just do.
Funny things happen at 73 yards. Suetekh, he focused his mind, created a whole new person everywhere I'd land.
So did the whole 73 yards thing happen because of Suetekh?
You landed on Earth 100 times. Suetekh called her an angel of death.
Harriet was the same thing, wasn't she? I mean, Harriet wasn't human to begin with. And Susan Triad didn't seem like she was a willing participant in what was happening. Haven't seen the Doctor just sit on the TARDIS like this in space this season, I don't think.
The dust of death spreading all over the world.
She doesn't know her family's gone.
My mother, is she?
It's everyone.
No, but can't you
Nothing
just...
I can do.
There will be. Gotta be.
It's happening over and over again. Every time I landed there. 1999, 1066, 2005.
Does Ruby fade away?
The Earth is dying so many times.
Imagine that level of guilt. It being all over the universe, too. Everywhere he's gone. Even if you fix this somehow, how do you prevent that in the future?
Every world that I ever stood upon. And Skyro.
The Daleks are dead.
Everything is dead.
I think it was one of the first mentions of the Daleks this season.
There are so many places you haven't been. They must be safe.
I've traveled so far. Everything caught in that pattern is dying. The whole of time and space.
Yeah, there's only way is to figure out some way to reverse it or stop it before it happened or something.
I did this.
You did not. No.
There's no way he could have known.
Every sun is dead. The universe has come to a halt, and it is my fault.
Because I traveled to all those worlds.
There's no greater tragedy than this.
I thought it was fun.
Thought this was going to be a fun and bubbly season of Doctor Who. Yeah, it was, but it's this too. God, he's good.
One thing persists in living.
The Time Lord.
No secret child carries.
What is the point of this? He just wants desolation.
They are hiding somewhere.
It's odd to think there would be a place outside their reach. Although, maybe this is how we get back to the world that they were on in Boom. Although I'd imagine they'd be affected too.
Excuse me, can you tell me, where are we?
No idea.
Okay.
Absolutely no idea, darling.
How did you get here?
All I've got is this chaffee. Do you want some?
That's very kind, only if you have enough.
Where did you come from?
Nowhere.
Who is this and how did they survive it?
I haven't seen anyone in weeks. There was a caravan that passed through, I don't know, somewhere over that way. They said there was food.
There are some people, but very few, I imagine.
Who is the little one?
I think I called her Brindle, but I forget.
What is this place called?
Hard to remember. They say memory is dying.
So it's not just that so many people died, but memories dying, and these people are kind of shells of their former selves.
In the planet?
I don't think I was born here. Then I met my husband, whatever his name was, Tool.
So the people that are left behind are almost as good as dead.
But it was all a very long time ago.
Well, at least you survived.
I'm not sure I did, really.
Because there's nothing and they don't know anything about who they are or where they are or anything.
The funny thing is, I do remember an opera house over that way. All the things to remember. Maybe I worked there, maybe I sang.
Music survives. Nod to the beauty of art, maybe.
Metal is a precious thing, sir.
I don't think anything's precious anymore.
How long has it been, and how did he get here, and what is he doing? Is he just looking for anyone? Where are Ruby and Mel? Are they still back in the TARDIS? So many questions. Single spoon.
I'll forget it in a minute.
Very kind of you.
I'm really trying to say something, but there's not much to say in the moment. I'm trying to understand what's happening.
I will use this spoon. I promise. Might save the universe with this spoon.
That would be nice.
He's crying right now.
We should go now.
Are you okay?
I think my daughter died, didn't she? And I forgot.
Even in sad scenes, he just commands a screen.
I think she did. I'm sorry.
That's a horrible thing. Think you forgot your own daughter dying.
Except that this man, he said it's so determined to kill that it can travel backwards from child to mother. Yeah, I'm very tired.
Oh, is she going to fade away right now?
Such a nice face.
She is right about that. Yeah, there she goes. It almost doesn't matter to them at a certain point in that
I swear to you, this spoon.
he's going to do something special with that, I guess. Going to do something important with it.
Need some metal. Thank you, whoever you were.
The center section looks like Jodie Whittaker's TARDIS.
It's still connected to the time window.
Yeah, I never understood. What was all that Egyptian stuff?
Cultural appropriation.
And who were they? That woman and the man with the hair?
They just traveled in the TARDIS.
That's what he looked like.
That's how I know Mal. We traveled together, didn't we?
Best time of my life.
We met Einstein.
Did we? God, I've forgotten.
You okay?
Exhausted.
Oh, she's forgetting now too.
Suetekh was hidden for years. Why did he go on the attack?
Ask her again.
Why did Suetekh appear on Ruby Road?
He's answering you.
That's it's connected to her somehow.
We're trying to help.
Her mother is central to this somehow. That makes you wonder who Ruby is.
Suetekh became visible outside the church because when he landed with the TARDIS in 2004, he saw the one thing beyond his comprehension. Your mother.
Okay, maybe she's not connected to him.
But who is she?
We don't know, and neither does he. That's the point.
But she's pointing at him.
She drives us crazy, but Suetekh, oh, he's been riding on the back of the TARDIS beholding all of time and space, and then he can't see one woman.
So Ruby's mother is so mysterious that Suetekh couldn't even see her.
He's keeping us alive to figure out the answer. Who is she?
She's not this big cosmic thing, is she? Because in that case, what am I?
What's happening to Mel?
Melanie.
Yeah, I was going to say, I think more than just... Oh, no.
I see you.
We can find the living.
He's got his hooks in her somehow.
Okay, then who's that?
I mean,
Oh, from 73 yards, she doesn't remember.
Let me see. No, nothing.
Give it to me.
Let her hold it and you look.
Show me.
In particular, the DNA testing.
It's giving you another answer.
Okay, so the screen keeps answering her.
The guy with the TV, but who's he?
I propose compulsory DNA testing.
Roger William, the most dangerous Prime Minister in history.
So she is going to remember what happened, somehow.
That's 2046. You haven't met him, have you?
No, I couldn't, could I?
Then why is it showing you?
Excellent point.
2046.
Ruby lived an alternate timeline.
2046. He did it. DNA testing became compulsory for the entire population in the UK. Your mother was still alive.
She'd be on record.
Can we find Ruby's mother?
Yeah. And what just happened to Mel is the other question. Is she still under control of herself or not?
And another whistle.
I feel like that is a reference that I do not get. Tell me.
I see them.
Yeah, they've taken her over. Not Mel, come on. They're going to turn Mel into an angel of death.
Find the mother's name.
Okay, this place got hit too. Big Ben was blown apart, at least part of it.
Thank you.
I hope that TARDIS doesn't decide to take off on him.
I was in this building for the overthrow of Roger William.
Oh, so he was overthrown in the regular timeline.
He'll have the DNA.
So we're like hacking a computer?
Sort of thing, yeah. DNA list was locked away under top security. The guess who invented the security?
Oh, that's right. They relied on the Doctor for a great many things.
Yes! Yes! Okay, Mel, you better keep watch and don't take any risks.
He doesn't seem to know. Or does he? I think he knows. I think they both do.
Submit to me, Melanie.
Is she still in control at all? Like, I'm not sure how much Suetekh has taken her over. That's handy.
So what do we do now?
Press start.
Yep. Do we find her mother now? And if Suetekh was in control of Mel, why would she leave? Maybe that was her doing that.
Who is she?
Melanie.
Maybe Mel's trying to fight him off.
Submit to the will.
Yeah, she's fighting as hard as she can, but it's not going to hold out forever. That was big. Yeah, it hasn't snowed that much before.
What does it mean?
Yeah,
She died.
figured that was eventually going to happen.
I loved you, Mel.
What good did you love to, Doctor? Now give me the name.
Well, what does it mean?
I feel like the Doctor's going to die too, and then it's going to be up to Ruby.
Bring me the Time Lord and the child.
That's quite a look for Mel. All of these malevolent gods want silence. Well, the Maestro did, and Suetekh does.
Show me the name.
They no longer have a TARDIS.
Suetekh, I promise you, I will worship you if you just...
He's a little harder to kill, but I imagine that hurts a lot.
Not too long, little Lord of Time.
No, I've got the name and I'll give it to you. Can you just let him go? The screen.
The moment we've been waiting for.
It's the only thing I've ever wanted for all these years. But now I've found it.
What's Ruby doing? What's she got up her sleeve? I feel like this is part of a plan.
Maybe this is for you.
Waiting for so long.
Yep.
You great big god of nothing.
All of that to get a leash on the dog. Oh, and the glove. But if they defeat him, can they reverse what he's done? I have no idea what's happening. He's signaling the TARDIS somehow? I feel like this is a reference I don't know. Ooh, well that did something. He does have the benefit that they don't know the TARDIS as well as he does. That's a strong bungee cord. So where are they going with him?
Into the vortex.
You answered my question pretty much immediately. Can't ask for more than that. I imagine this would have to undo what he did, I guess. I hope. That is quite an image.
You solve all of time and space with me. What happens if you bring death to death? You bring life.
Excellent point. Mathematical certainty, double negative. That is quite an image. Hey, there we go. Those ashes came back together pretty quick. I heard people rumoring that he was working for Suetekh. Hey, we got him back too. Well, did it reverse everything? It seems to have reversed quite a bit. Okay, so what was the deal with Mrs. Flood? That wasn't really her, she was just possessed? Gonna need answers on that. So the Doctor has to go back to, what, all of these time periods? Or going to the vortex somehow hits all of them? Bring death to death everywhere.
What's happening? Life, Ruby, life.
I know this is going to solve this issue right now, but I feel like this is also going to have some ramifications on season 2. Which is fine. It's a good thing to build stories out of.
Welcome back, the Ood.
Welcome back to Ood. Hey. There she is. And her daughter's back. That's beautiful.
The spoon.
They have been through a lot this season.
We fought a monster, and now I must become a monster.
That sounds ominous. Meaning that he has to kill Suetekh? He's gonna have to kill him.
Because if you're dead, then I must represent life.
I would like to believe so.
And that's how you win, Suetekh. Because you turned me into this. I am the one that brings death.
He's the one that brings death to death. Somehow I feel like it's not that simple though. But for now it is. Regardless of what he killed, he still forced the Doctor to kill something. Yeah. Everyone's back. Now what?
But I'm still me.
Absolutely. You are who you are.
The god of death created life.
And he gave you a very good brain. I think Unit can use you.
Oh.
Another one joining Unit.
I'll make the tea.
Did you make this tea?
I did, yes.
Don't make the tea.
That was rude.
I got in and your gran was telling me off for not dusting. I wanted to say thank you, Doctor. You brought her home.
You brought all of us back from who knows where.
Who knows where indeed.
Do you remember what happened when you...
Echoes.
We still have questions lingering, namely Ruby's mom. Did she ever actually get the name?
We've done it.
Oh, they were able to get it there.
100%.
So do we actually get an answer to that? Oh, there we go. That's somebody. But who is she and why was she pointing at the Doctor?
Louise Alison Miller, 35 years old, 15 when she gave birth to you.
Records say her stepfather was trouble. I think she did the right thing getting you out of that house.
Was she the one who actually left Ruby at the church? Didn't look like a 15-year-old girl.
She's a nurse.
She's so ordinary.
She's wonderful.
No, she's wonderful.
Did somebody else leave Ruby at the church?
How did she stay invisible from a god?
She was important because we think she's important. We invest things with significance.
True.
In the end, the most important person in the universe was the most ordinary.
It's an interesting idea.
A scared little girl making her baby safe.
But she pointed.
She did point. How did she know about the doctor?
She wasn't pointing at me. Behind me was that lamppost. It was a signpost pointing at the name of the road. She was naming you.
There was nobody out there. Who was she pointing? Who was she showing the name to?
My name is Ruby.
Yeah. It's a nice sentiment. That works. Is she going to meet her?
She's happy. She's got a flat. She's got a fella named Mike. She goes to Spain in 3 weeks.
She's going to meet her.
And the point is that she has had over 7,000 days to come and find you, and she never has.
Maybe she won't want to disturb her life.
I think we should leave that alone.
He's trying to dissuade her. And Ruby is not listening. She's probably not going to tell her. She's just going to say hi or just look at her. He has to understand this has been the question of her life, too. She at least needs to see her. Speak to her, maybe. Yeah, she's not going to tell her. I don't think. She's going to get her coffee and she's going to go. Maybe.
Ruby?
That's me.
Oh, she thought maybe hearing the name would know.
I was named after a road. Ruby Road.
Oh, she knows.
You left me by a church 19 years ago. You left me where I was safe. And I just want to say thank you.
She did it.
I'm so sorry.
That was a great way for it to happen. You were wrong, Doctor. Now he needs to go find Susan. I think that might be what they're signaling.
I always thought I should get in touch. Every Christmas I thought, right, this is the year. Every Christmas I thought, what if she hates me?
At least she finally has that in her life. The TARDIS looks like it has its own door in their house. So what now, Doctor?
It won't be long. Catch you up in a pizza and Mum set up a bed in Grand's room so Louise can stay the night. And then we can head off. You and me.
Where to?
Wherever you want.
He's gonna tell her to stay for a while.
Ruby.
Come out and join. And hang on, I better. Oh my god. They think they found him. My dad, William, they think.
He's gonna leave her behind for a while.
I'm sorry.
Don't be sorry.
They said she's in season 2, I think.
Don't be sorry at all.
I hope this isn't the last of Millie Gibson we see in here.
Your life is out there now. I've shown you monsters and planets, legends.
This is what she's waited her whole life for.
Honey, your adventure is just beginning.
You could call.
He's gonna come back for her.
You don't do that, do you?
Even if he didn't, he leaves a companion with a happy story for once.
Will I ever see you again?
Of course you will. Of course you will.
Your own granddaughter. You left her and never went back.
Fix it.
And that was my mistake. Maybe I'll find her again one day.
Take the maybe out of that.
But you, Ruby Sunday, I will see again.
Damn well better.
Because you changed me. I talk about family in a way that I never did before. It's because of you.
Very true.
You have made my life bigger and better. And now, Ruby Sunday, goodbye.
Can Ncuti pay the doctor forever? I'll sign up right now. Whatever we gotta pay. I'll kick in. He's so good at this.
I love you.
Say it back. He can't. He's already falling apart. There he goes. He's just got to be destroying their roof or their ceiling. I don't care what Ruby told her. That's got to freak her out seeing that for the first time.
And that's how the story of the church on Ruby Road comes to an end.
That's beautiful.
With a very happy ending for little Ruby Sunday.
So where do we leave it?
But life goes on, doesn't it? Ruthlessly.
Oh, that's Mrs. Flood.
And what happens, you might wonder,
We never got answers on Mrs. Flood.
to that mysterious traveler in time and space known as the Doctor?
Still breaking the fourth wall.
I'm sorry to say his story ends in absolute terror.
That's not very positive.
Night, night.
I don't know who she really is, but she's had quite a presence in this show, that's for sure. I don't think well, I've said before, they don't really do post-credits, but... Alright, well, that is it for Season 1, the new Season 1 of Doctor Who. Let's go to the wrap-up. Okay, that was great. Ruby finally got her answers. We were left with some more questions. Still don't know who Mrs. Flood is or what she's about exactly. It was very confusing because it seemed like she was in league with Suetekh, but then once they defeated him, maybe it was just that he had taken control of her, like he had taken control of the others. She had some foreknowledge of what was happening. Maybe that's what it was. Maybe it was just prophecy kind of stuff. She knew what was going to happen. And maybe that's who she still is. Still remains a question mark for the future. I had really hoped that we would get to see Susan, the Doctor's granddaughter Susan. Maybe they'll get an opportunity to do that next season. Season 2, from what I understand, is either almost done filming or they've already completed filming. I'm not sure. So it's still possible. She's still alive. I think this was, you would be hard-pressed to find a more devastating event and something for the Doctor to have more guilt over than the God of Death that had been secretly attached to the TARDIS all this time. And everywhere you went throughout time and space, he was able to spread death and just destroy everything, destroying the universe throughout all time and space, with the exception of maybe a few tatters left that eventually faded away as well. That woman that was still alive that faded away in front of him. You would be hard-pressed to find a more far-reaching tragedy than that, and deeper guilt than that. And it's something that I think gives a different understanding this season, with Ncuti Gatwa in his first season as the 15th Doctor. The specials and having David Tennant there as the 14th Doctor, I think, were meant to do a couple of different things. It was meant to be a reset of a type with a Doctor that everybody knew and loved, as far as David Tennant playing the Doctor. He was playing a different version of the Doctor. He didn't go back to the 10th Doctor. He had all the knowledge of everyone who had been the Doctor since. But it was to symbolize, I feel, the end of a certain era with the Doctor. We thought it was for the Doctor to leave all of his pain and anguish of the past, all of the darkness that had accrued inside of him for all that time, in the past with the 14th Doctor. Or at least I feel like that's how most people kind of felt about it when we first saw the bigeneration happen. And it left him in a peaceful place. He finally was able to stay in one place, have a family. They mentioned him very briefly in in the previous episode, Rose's uncle. But as we've seen over the course of this season, and as makes sense because it wouldn't be possible to do this any other way, it's not that Ncuti wasn't going to encounter darkness. It's not that the 15th Doctor wasn't going to encounter darkness. It's that the way they handle it has to be different now. This whole brooding thing where he just carries this weight and it just gets heavier and heavier, and he just gets more and more damaged. That was never the right way to go. It made for some interesting television for sure. There are some incredible episodes of Doctor Who out there that are very dramatic and very dark. But the point of this Doctor wasn't that he wasn't going to go through difficult times. It was that he had to face them. He had to be open to them. He had to allow himself to feel them. He had to have somebody he could share them with emotionally. Even when we saw him in Rogue, that one was so big, the pain he felt from that was so big that he tried to hide it by, being fun and exuberant and, hey, let's get on to the next place and let's have fun. And Ruby had to push back on him on that one. Just take a moment. This is supposed to hurt. Let yourself feel it. And I think it's a better direction overall for the Doctor. I think that Ncuti did an amazing job this season. I think everyone did an amazing job, but I think Ncuti as the Doctor did an amazing job covering the range of who this character is, the depth of who this character is, but also making it his own. And he was able to do that through his own abilities, but also through incredible support from the rest of the cast and great writing and just everything all around to bring these shows together. I am very encouraged for the rest of his run. I know he won't do it forever, but I'm kind of not joking when I say I hope that he stays for more than 3 seasons. I know he probably won't. I hope he at least stays for 3 seasons, but he's just really good at it. And it was one of these things where it seemed natural, at least to me, from the beginning, from the moment he started. I read an article like yesterday. I looked it up to make sure I wasn't going crazy, because I mentioned that the Doctor was getting a new companion next season, but that it looks like Millie Gibson is going to be there as well. Narada Sethu, I believe I'm saying her name correctly, maybe I'm not, please correct me if I'm not. She was in Boom. She played one of the Anglican Marines. I don't know if she'll be playing the same character, but she's already signed on. I saw a video about this, I read an article about this. She's already signed on to be a companion in season 2. But this article I read yesterday and it's from back in May. Millie Gibson's supposed to be back as well. So presumably the Doctor's going to have 2 companions next season. So I'm looking forward to seeing that. Anyway, I think this was a great season. I think we went lots of interesting places. I think that Ncuti was great. I think Millie Gibson was great. He's got to go out there and find Rogue. Jonathan Groff was great. Verada Sethu will be with us next season as well. I hope Millie's still with us too. Doctor has to go back and get her. Doctor's got to go back and see Susan. They have signaled toward it too much. Can't wait to see what they're going to do. I hope we don't have to wait too long before they premiere season 2. They've got to be pretty far along with it. So for the rating for this, the final episode for the new season 1 of Doctor Who, I'm going to have to go ahead and give it 4.5 stars. I know that people might not agree with my ratings on the episodes this season, but they're my ratings, so you have your own. I did really enjoy this episode. I really think this episode went a lot of places. This episode did reach some real emotional depths at certain points. I kind of feel the same way about this episode that I felt about the last episode. Very good season finale. Is it one of the greatest episodes of Doctor Who I've seen? I don't know. So I'm going to go ahead and put it at 4.5. Again, if I go back and watch it a second time, if you ask me later on, I might have a different answer for you. But for right now, that's where I think I stand on it. But to all of you, thank you so much for coming on this journey with me with Doctor Who. I hope you'll stick around and see what else I'm going to be doing on this channel. Please go ahead and hit the like and subscribe. Click the bell if you would. This was quite a challenge doing this the way I did. It was no one's fault but my own. I started mid-season on this and decided to also catch up on the past episodes. I have been editing 3 episodes a week for the last couple of weeks. It felt a little like running a marathon. Going forward, for those interested in what's going on with the channel, I'm probably going to do a channel update. I will be doing at least 1 video a week. I'll likely be going back into movies. Please go ahead and suggest any movies you'd like to see me do out here. I already have quite a few ideas of directions I want to go with that. I'll be doing at least 1 a week, possibly 2, if I can make that work. And I really hope I'll see you all out there in the comments. So for now, this is the end of our run with Doctor Who for this season, and I will see you on the next video.